Hello students, how are you? So I hope you all are fine. So yesterday I explained the poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Caroline Wells. And today I am going to summarize the poem and I will also discuss answers to all the questions and other exercises of the chapter. Okay? So let us begin. The summary of the poem How to Tell Wild Animals. As yesterday, I explained that it is a humorous poem. The poet is describing the various wild animals. These animals are very dangerous and she has introduced them one by one in a very humorous way, in a very funny way. First of all, she tells us about an Asian lion. She says that if you are visiting the jungles of the east and there you see an animal which has tawny skin and he roars so soundly that you will die out of fear. This means that you have seen an Asian lion. Next, she describes the Bengal tiger. She has explained it to be a royal animal that it once attacks and kills a man. She says by adding humor that if this beautiful black stripped animal kills you and eats you, then you have surely met a Bengal tiger. After this, she says that if the reader met an animal that has black spotted skin and it at once jumps on you, then it means that the reader has met a leopard. Moreover, she says that if one will cry out in pain, it may be of no use as the leopard will not stop attacking him. Then she moves on the bear. She moves on the bear that she says will hug you very tightly. The bear will hug you very tightly. This is the way to recognize a bear, as it kills a person by hugging him very tightly. So she says that the bear will continue to hug us tightly, and that is the only way to recognize him. After this, she asks a question to the readers that do they know how to recognize beasts of prey which hunt their hunt others and eat them. Okay, after this she asks a question to the readers, to us, that do we know how to recognize beasts that hunt their prey? Here she explains about hyenas, which she thinks have a smiling face, and the crocodiles that have tears in their eyes. This can be seen when they are killing their prey. Okay, the last one in the list is chameleon. So the last in the list the poet describes is chameleon. She says that it is a lizard like creature which doesn't have ears and wings, just like a lizard. Only this can help you differentiate between a lizard and chameleon. She further says that the chameleon has a quality of changing its color according to the color of the surface. So to explain this, she says that if the reader looks at the tree and if he can only see the tree, there is nothing on the tree. This means there is a chameleon sitting on it, which has already turned its color to brown, just like the branch of a tree. Okay, so it is the summary of the poem. Yesterday I explained the poem, paraphrased the poem. I discussed the literary devices used in the poem, meanings of difficult words, and today I summarized the poem, and now I am going to discuss the question answer given in the poem. Okay, so now let us discuss thinking about the poem as page number at page number 45. Okay, does the first question is, does Dian really rhyme with lion? Can you say it in such a way that it does? So does Dian really rhyme with lion? Can you say it is such a way that it does? So actually beta, the actual word is dying, which does not rhyme with lion. So in order to create a rhyme, it is written as Dian in the poem. So in order to create a rhythm, the poet had changed the spelling of dying and written is dying. Okay, look at the second question. How does the poet suggest that you identify the lion and the tiger? When can you do so according to him? So how does the poet suggest that you identify the lion and tiger? So in the first stanza, the poet tells us how to identify a lion, and in the second stanza, the poet tells us how to identify a Bengal tiger. Okay, so the poet differentiates between the two in the following manner. She says that if the beast is of yellow brown color, okay, that is tawny color, and it roars out so fiercely that you may die out of fear, then it is what? Then this is an Asian lion. And whereas if the animal has back on animal's body, or animal's body, if there are black stripes on yellow background, that is animal's body, okay, then it is what? Bengal tiger. So how would you write the answer? So you would write the answer, he says that if the beast is of yellow brown color, so that is tawny color, and it roars out so fiercely that you may die out of fear, then this is an Asian lion. Whereas if the animal has black stripes on yellow background of the skin and he attacks to kill you, then it is a Bengal tiger. Okay, thus the poet differentiate both. So do you think the words leapt and leapt in the third stanza are spelled correctly? So why does the poet spell them like this? So you must remember, when I was explaining, I discussed, okay, so it is the use of literary device which is known as poetic license. So the word leapt and lep have not been spelled correctly. It is a poetic device known as poetic license, as during explanation I discussed, which is used by the poet to lay emphasis on the actions of the leopard. So the poet has used to lay emphasis on the action of the leopard. It's a poetic device. Okay, poetic license. So look at the line. Look at the fourth one. Do you know what a bear hug is? It's a friendly or strong hug, such as bears are thought to give as they attack you again. Hyenas are thought to laugh and crocodiles to weep crocodile tears as they swallow their victims. Are there similar expressions and popular ideas about wild animals in your own language? So this question you will be writing as per your own thinking and creativity. Okay, so if you have whatever your imagination, so imagine what could be the possible answer to this question and write down your answer. Okay, it should be humorous and creative. Look at the fifth one. Look at the line, a novice might nonplus. How would you write this correctly? Why is the poet's incorrect line better in the poem? So why has the poet used this incorrect line? So as we know that this sentence is not correct, it should be in passive voice. So the correct order of the sentence is, a novice might be nonplussed. The poet wrote it in order to bring rhyme to her poem. Nonplus rhymes with thus. So that's why in order to make rhyme, the poet has used a novice might nonplus. Instead of writing a novice might be nonplussed. Okay, look at the next one, sixth one. Can you find other examples of the poets talking liberties with language, either in English or in your own language? Can you find examples of humorous poems in your own language? So it should be done by you. Okay, as per your thinking and creativity. Okay, so think, imagine and answer to this question. In the class it will be discussed what answer you will write. So when school will reopen after lockdown, so your all answers will be discussed in class. Okay, so let us move on to the next question, the seventh one. Much of the humor in the poem arises from the way language is used, although the ideas are funny as well. If there are particular lines in the poem that you specially like, share these with the class, speaking briefly about what it is about the ideas or the language that you like or find funny. So this answer also should be written by you as per your imagination, which lines you like. So the possible answer may be, yes, it is true that the poet has used the language in a way that it arises humor, as the whole poem is humorous. So the poet has used many lines that are funny. Okay, so there are so many examples of funny lines. One such is, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. So, or the other one is a noble wild beast greets you. So his idea, so the poet's idea of her idea of explaining the characteristics of the wild animals is quite humorous, quite funny. So you can find more lines which are funny in the poem. Okay. Like hyena come with merry smile, but if they weep they are crocodiles. So there are so many lines in the poem which you can write on your own. Okay students, so now we have finished the poem. I have explained it, I have summarized it, I have discussed the meaning to the hard words and also answers to all the questions. Now I am going to start the next poem, that is the ball poem. Okay, so let us begin the ball poem. In this poem, a boy loses. In this poem which we are going to read out, a boy loses a ball. He is very upset, and the boy who is loses the ball is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. So the ball does not cost much, and nor it is difficult for the boy to buy another ball. So why then the boy is so upset? So what is the reason for being upset for the boy? Why he is so upset? Read the poem to see what the poet thinks has been lost. Okay, so let us read the poem and come to know. So what the boy has lost, it is ball or something else, and what the boy has to learn from the experience of losing something. So what the boy learns from the experience of losing something. Okay, so let's start the poem. So let us begin the poem 5 in your book, the ball poem written by John Berryman. Okay, so let us begin. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What he to do? So what is the boy will do? So the poet says, what will the boy do who has lost his ball? The boy in the poem who had just lost his ball, what he will do now? I saw it go merrily bouncing. So the poet says that the poet had seen the ball. So it was jumping up and down cheerfully. The poet says that he had seen the boy jumping up and down cheerfully down the streets, and then merrily and then cheerfully there it is in the water. The ball went to water. So the poet says that now what that boy will do who has lost his ball? What the boy will do now who has lost his ball? The poet saw the ball. The ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the streets, and then cheerfully the boy went into the water and lost. Now the boy who has lost the ball, what he will do? So in the first stanza, dear students, the poet is talking about a boy who has lost his ball. He wants to know about him and his reaction because he has lost his ball. Further, he asks to himself that what this boy will do after losing his ball. The poet has seen the ball going away from the boy. The poet says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the streets. So this means that when the ball skipped from the boy's hand, it went into the street, and later on it fell into the nearby water hole, pond or river, any water body. So thus the boy has lost the ball. Now what the boy will do who had just lost his ball? Okay, let us discuss the poetic devices used in this poem. The first one is anaphora. Anaphora is a poetic device when the poet repeat the words more than 2 times, okay, in a line. So it is called anaphora. So use of repeated words in 2 or more lines. Use of repeated words in 2 or more lines, that is called anaphora. Like, what is the boy? What? So repetition of here, a repetition of what. So what is the boy? Now then again what. Okay, so in 2 lines the poet has repeated the word what, so that's why it is anaphora. Okay, so if the poet repeats any word in 2 or more lines, so such type of poetic device is called anaphora. Assonance, so when vowel sound is prominence, so repeated sound of vowel. So here repeated use of wo, like boy, now, who, lost, etc. Okay, boy, now, who, lost. Repetition of o. Okay, so o sound is prominence here, so that is why it is assonance. Imagery, when it is imagine anything in the poem, so it is called imagery. Okay, so when the poet says merrily bouncing down the street, so it is the poet's imagination, so it is imagery here. Repetition, so what is repeated in the first in the second line, what is he to do? Okay, so it is repetition. Okay students, anaphora, assonance, imagery and repetition, these 4 poetic devices have been used in the first stanza. So now look at the second stanza now. Yes, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. So here the poet says that there is no benefit of consoling the boy. There is no any benefit. There is no benefit of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball. Oh, there are other balls. It means there is no meaning to say to the boy that he is having another balls. He has such more balls. Okay, so the poet says that there is no benefit of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball because he has other balls too. Okay, further the poet says that in the second line, because the boy is feeling very sad, because the boy an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy is very sad, so that's why there is no benefit of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball because he has such more balls. Okay, he has other balls too. There is no benefit of him because the boy is feeling very sad. He is completely surrounded by sorrow. The boy is very sad. The boy is completely surrounded by sorrow. So an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. So the boy is very happy. The boy is very sad and is completely surrounded by the sorrow. So why he is very sad? Why the boy is very sad? So the boy is sad because all the memories of the childhood days went down the harbor, went down the water with the boy. All all the memories, all the childhood memories were connected to the ball, and the now ball has lost. So all the things has drawn into the water. So as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down, so the boy is very sad. A complete grief fixes in the boy, and all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. So the boy is very sad because his childhood memories were attached to the ball which he has lost. The boy was very sad because his childhood memories were attached to the ball which has now gone into the water. Okay, remind of those sweet memories, okay, of the time when he owned it, when the ball was with the boy. So the boy had the sweet memories with the ball. So now the boy was memorizing all those memory. So that is why a complete grief fixes in boy. He is completely surrounded by sorrow. Okay, so that is why the boy is very sad. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. So I would not intrude on him. I would not interfere. I would not invade here, students. I would not invader. Invade. I would not invade. I would not interfere, or I would not disturb. Sorry. Here intrude means disturb. Okay, so here the poet says that I won't disturb him. I am not going to disturb the boy. I am not going to invade the boy. It is not invader, it is invade. Okay, it is invade. Okay, so I would not disturb the boy. A dime, a currency. A dime is equal to 10 cents in US. Okay, a dime, another ball is worthless. So with some money, okay, with some money, another ball, with a dime, with 10 cents, another ball can be bought. But the new ball, the another ball is useless for him, as this loss is unbearable for him, and he is now grief stricken. Okay, the poet says that he cannot even tell the boy to take some money from him in order to buy another ball. The poet cannot say the boy to take some money and buy another ball because the boy's childhood memories was attached to the ball which he has lost. So he can buy another ball with the money, so but he cannot buy the memories which was attached to the ball which he had lost. So that's why the poet says that I'm not going to help the boy with 10 cents and ask him to buy another ball. It is worthless, it is of no use, because the boy's childhood memories were attached to the ball which he had lost. With the money he could buy the new ball, but he could not buy the memories attached to that ball. Now he senses first responsibility. So further the poet says that it is the time, now the time has come for the boy to learn the responsibility of taking care of his things. The time has come for the boy to learn the responsibility of taking care of his things, as he has lost the ball and his childhood memories was attached to the ball. So now he is sensing his first responsibility. He is realizing that he should take care of his things. Okay, now let us discuss literary devices. So it is a repetition, use of the word ball. It is repetition here. No use to say oh there are other balls, and ultimate grief fixes, then again ball here, here and here. Okay, so it is here also repetition of ball. So the poetic device used in this stanza is repetition. So let us discuss rhyme scheme of first stanza. Ball A, go B, then C, D. So it is rhyme free. First stanza is rhyme free. Let us check in second stanza. Ball, boy, down, where, him, now. It is also rhyme free. Okay, so in this video, so only this much. In the next video I will finish the explanation of the poem, and I will also summarize the poem. I will discuss the question answer and other exercises of the poem. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.